Hey Bikeaholics, Zero 3D has a wide variety of innovative products for your Harley-Davidson and a brand new line for the all-new Honda Goldwing named Gold Strike. Top quality, affordable chrome lighting and comfort products. Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store and check out our full line of Zero 3D products. Rant time.
Oh, really? You didn't tell me we were going to do a rant.
I can't, because then you would prepare for it.
No, fair enough.
I think it's going to be me ranting a little bit, but you might. So,
yeah, I'm getting a little bit crouchy in my old age.
You are. You might rant with me. You might understand it because maybe you've seen some of these comments. So, here we go. So, overall, everybody, we get a ton of views on our YouTube channel. And I would say, fair to say that 99% or higher are positive comments and a community that we've tried to build.
And we worked hard to make sure that it's positive, but the larger we get, the harder it is to necessarily control, and maybe a few more sneak through. But I think you're right. It's 99. I'd say even higher than 99%.
Yes.
It's rare. We're pretty lucky.
And that's because we police it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've said that in the past, that we keep it a safe place and we just ban anybody, the less than 1% that want to say mean things or have nothing to add to the discussion except negativity. So we
get the ban button out.
Yeah, it's a ban button.
Send them to YouTube hell.
We don't argue with people. We're just banned. If you're an idiot, yeah. So we rarely have to do that, honestly. But this little thing is funny because it rears its head every once in a while.
Okay.
All right. And this is YouTube and I love YouTube. YouTube has created a somewhat, and again, not with the majority of the audience. It's kind of created an entitlement lifestyle for people.
What do you mean?
Because when people watch regular TV, which YouTube now is getting more views and hours watched than traditional TV. That's how big YouTube is.
I believe that.
But for some reason, people over on YouTube, I shouldn't say people, this small minority, feel like they're entitled to have everything free.
Ah, yeah.
And they feel like it's YouTube, and because the way the platform maybe started out with people showing videos of their cat, stupid cat tricks or whatever. Remember when that's how YouTube, it was stupid, like weird videos. So every once in a while we get these comments. Now, this was just a couple recent ones. I put out the West Coast Patron meetup video. It's very popular, and you'll get a comment every once in a while. And here's my point. Every once in a while, you'll get a comment from somebody that says, you put way too many commercials on that video.
Oh.
Okay. So here's my deal. Here's what I want to add, and I won't do it because that's not really a bannable, we're careful about that.
Right.
But it's just like, are you serious? When is the last, I just want you to, because these people feel entitled that video should be free and commercial free. When is the last time that individual was watching the Discovery Channel, Gold Rush or whatever you're watching, and decided that he didn't like a commercial and decided that he would email Discovery Channel and say, you know what?
Screw you, Discovery Channel.
You know what? Discovery, you have too many commercials on your show. So F you. Does that make sense? Why do people think they're entitled on YouTube now? They don't do that, clearly.
You understand YouTube, and I barely can work it. So let me ask you a question then, because obviously if you monetize your videos, there's going to be some commercials in them. How does YouTube decide how many commercials to put inside of your videos? Is it based on length? It seems to me as a viewer, it seems like the longer the video, you're going to have a few more commercials. It seems like they're spaced out 10, 15 minutes or something like that.
Not even.
Is it less than that?
It could be less. It depends. And that's my point. Number one,
that's why
I hope my point did my question. Yeah. And yes. I appreciate it. Make good. Like why do you feel entitled on YouTube that you can tell the creator, the channel owner that you actually have the right to tell me about commercials? Number one. Number two, I
hate commercials.
Everybody does. We do. We all hate them, but they're a part of life, and that's life. So and welcome to the 1960s, right? Mm-hmm. Like commercials are on radio, on podcasts. Nobody likes them, but you deal with them, right? That's just life. And so I don't get why people all of a sudden feel entitled. But to set the record straight, the creators have nothing to do with where the commercials necessarily are placed, when they're placed, how many commercials. You either sign up for an AdSense account, and if the video has a lot of commercials, it's because it's a badass video. I'll just tell you that. It's a badass video, and YouTube is reading the algorithms, and they're like, we're throwing commercials on that because that thing's getting a lot of views. So anyways, it's all in good fun that I rant about this. And I know most of our regular audience totally realizes this. And here's what I would suggest.
Well, I could see why you'd rant as a creator.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a few comments, but I laugh because they literally are just uneducated on, they think the creator specifically picks commercials. Once I put a video up, that's up to YouTube. They put the ads, they get the ads, they do all that stuff. We as creators have zero control over that. So I just found it funny that because my West Coast, and I get it, but I'm not, you know what I mean? That is how you sustain a business. That's how television, that's how radio does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just don't understand. Do you get my point? Why do people feel entitled on YouTube to do that? It's created this entitled, I can tell the channel owner how to run his channel.
Well, you don't have that access through
bingo
your regular TV, even if it's DirecTV or cable or regular rabbit ears. You do not have the opportunity to send a message directly to them.
Nor would you expect the network to listen, right? So why are you going to think this network's going to listen? You know what I mean?
So is there any options? I mean, if you're a YouTube watcher, is there anything you can do to have less commercials?
Well, that's a good point. Yes, there is. And that is, if anybody's listening to this and is like, it's actually pretty cool. And you can sign up for a YouTube Red subscription.
I get the thing, especially on my phone. Every time
they push it hard.
On my phone in particular. Not so much, it seems like on a desktop, but on the phone constantly trying to get me to start my free subscription.
Yep. And if you get the YouTube Red, you get a lot more than that. You also get their music streaming service like Apple Music. You get some other things. You get access to their content. Like Netflix makes their own content, Hulu makes their own content. Well, so does YouTube. They make their own content.
Well, is that YouTube TV or is it YouTube Red?
That's what I mean. When you get YouTube Red, you get all that.
Oh,
it's a package.
Okay.
Yeah. There's different. Make sure you look at it. Don't quote me, but to me, what I've looked, it looks like a. So here's the deal with YouTube Red. If you've never had a free YouTube experience with zero commercials, it's kind of weird because we're all so used to that.
Yeah.
You can have a 100% commercial-free YouTube and just watch videos straight out with zero commercials if you sign up for YouTube Red. The beautiful part about YouTube Red, it doesn't take money away from the creators. The creator actually, creators actually make more per video per.
If a YouTube Red's watcher,
because they pay more than the advertisers do.
Okay.
So YouTube Red is actually beneficial for the creators too. The commercial, and it's still peanuts what Google gives us as creators. You know that. It's peanuts for the kind of work we do.
They give you penis?
Well, they haven't done that yet. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I think you need to adjust my headphones.
Maybe. You're getting old, dude.
I heard they're giving you penis.
You're getting old. Well, I'm not taking it.
You need to get out of this business.
I'm not taking it, dude. If they're giving it to me, I'll tell you that right now.
You need to change your philosophy here.
Anyways, Lurch is getting old and he just hears weird things. But so anyways, I don't want to rant too long about this, but it's interesting. And
this is how we do things. We have a laid out podcast episode ready to go, and we talk about YouTube for 10 minutes when it was supposed to be a quick little rant.
And you didn't know it was coming. It's how we roll.
We do. And if you don't warn me, I'm gonna have questions.
You will. Yes, it's true. Now, before we move on, that's quickly, and that's not the only thing YouTube has created. There's been other people, Matt, which we're always open, especially from our patrons or things like that, right? But there are people that literally try to tell you how to make your videos. Like, you should have did this, that, and that's like, yeah. And again, my comment, when's the last time you emailed the Discovery Channel and told them they should do a documentary, or they don't do it on my documentary, but some how-to videos or something. So anyways, I thought that was a fun little tidbit. That's my rant. I feel better, and it's okay. Because like I said, 99.9, but I just actually laugh at it when I'm seeing. I'm like, This guy has no clue.
Just for the record, it looks like
YouTube.
they're calling it YouTube Premium now.
Oh, is that what they're calling it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking as we're talking.
My bad. It started as YouTube Red. Now they're calling it Premium. So thanks for following up on that. All right, we're done. Oh, yeah. Once you've had Rick Rack, you'll never go back. The ultimate motorcycle luggage rack solution. Forget those messy straps and bungee cords. Go strapless with a Rick Rack quick attach luggage system and quality bag. Head over to lawabidingbiker.com/store. Get hooked up now. You got something?
No, I was going to say,
Oh, gotcha. You look like you had.
I was just loaded up and ready to go if it
I actually thought you were constipated.
No, I was just loaded up and ready to go. It just didn't work out.
It looked like a constipated look, bro. You need some laxatives in you?
No, I do not.
Do you need some fiber?
No, after that hamburger and fries earlier, I probably won't need anything.
You need your Metamucil?
Burger will come right out. For the record, I usually have the opposite problem. I don't need anything to get it out.
True.
I need stuff to keep it in.
You need something to bind you up. Bro.
Yeah, we all got our issues, don't we?
Welcome back, you freaking bikeaholics. This is the podcast for the motorcycle majority, the Big MM, also known as the
99%.
Large and in charge of the motorcycle scene more than any time in history by being here, by listening. That's right, by being involved. You're part of what we call
the biker revolution.
Hashtag that biatch. Yeah. Yes, I like it. All right. So before we get started, Lurch and I do have just one question for you. What are you waiting for, bikeaholics? Mount up.
And let us take you on another wild-ass ride.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Ryan Erlacher here, your host of the Law Abiding Biker Podcast and your
high-tech redneck.
There you go. Awesome episode for you guys. We're going to dive in today. We are going to talk about all the gear that Lurch and I tested during our 9-day, 3,200-mile trip to Sturgis 2020 80th anniversary. I have did a video. We did a podcast previously, episode 246.
On what we were going to test on the way out there?
Yes, of what we were going to test.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Again, lawabidingbiker.com/246. The show notes are there. The links to the gear are there. And of course, in this show, / whatever episode number it is, I will put the links again. They are affiliate links. If something we say you're interested in, you can hit those affiliate links. No additional cost to you. But if you click through and make a purchase, we do get a small commission. It is gear. All the gear I'm going to talk about, Revzilla sent me. No strings attached, so I can tell you what I do and don't like about it. They simply sent me the gear.
I bought mine.
Lurch straight up buys. He didn't tell me that he wanted some stuff because I could have got extra stuff from Revzilla. Now he knows.
Well, I didn't know you were doing this.
Well, I know. I often, someday when we're not working two jobs, we're going to be a bit more organized. Well, FYI.
Let me be a little bit transparent here. Is you and I had a conversation probably years ago about some of these companies will send us gear for review. If I was to accept this gear, I would have to test it and write blogs and do videos, and which eventually
you will. But yes,
but until I retire, yes. I can't commit that much time. So I do just buy it myself, so I don't have to do as much. But you still wrote me into it. You find out what I bought, and then you wrote me into a podcast or a video. So maybe I should just get on the affiliate train. And it's appropriate that we're talking about stuff we tested at Sturgis because Sturgis Jeff is in the chat.
Ooh, Sturgis Jeff in the house. I don't even have his. Yeah, he doesn't. Oh, yeah. Remotely. What's up, Sturgis Jeff? There's a real retired guy.
I hope to join him soon.
And he rubs it in every chance he gets on our trips. Yeah, I got no schedule. Or when we're in the group me and we want to go on a ride, he's like, everybody's like, I can't go. I got work. That jackass always gets in and go, I got a free schedule tomorrow. And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. He's such an asshole about it too. But it cracks me up because he's just digging at everybody. Yeah, you're getting close, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
If you guys didn't know, Lurch is retired. He's called what's retired on duty. It's a different category. You still get paid.
4 days ago, as of 4 days ago, I could officially retire.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Yeah, that's right.
I'm doing it for funsies now.
Just funsies, dude. 2 bad days in a row. 2 is what they say.
Maybe 1.
1 bad day in a row. I'm out. I'm done, dude. Yeah. I'm done. I like that. All right. So before we get into that main content, this will be important to you guys because it's Sturgis related, which is why we didn't do a buffer pre or mid roll because they're getting it right here. We did a video. It is released on the YouTube channel. It's doing very well. I did that video, and it's the best motorcycle seat cushion. It is the butt buffer. It saved my ass during our Sturgis ride. I didn't use it during the Sturgis ride, but that was the title of the video. It saved my ass. Cause we have tested it, but the guys actually rode to Sturgis on it.
I did.
You did, Corey.
Cowboy did.
Yep. And I talk about that in the video. It was just the title of the video, saved my ass. And it's quite a funny picture. But you can get that, of course, on the YouTube channel. Search for it, Butt Buffer, or our website, or our store. The video's posted on our Butt Buffer listings. But it is a medical grade seat cushion. They actually developed it to specifically in the medical industry to prevent bed sores. They've got a couple different models. We are selling the heck out of those things once I drop that video.
I need mine back. I brought it over here so you can take
I've got like
shots.
4 of them up there. And he sent me more.
Mine's the broken in one.
The broken in one. He sent me more because it was broken in.
Yeah.
Before I did that video, I called and I said, I need ones that are clean because I need to take professional pictures of them, and some of them
I did
used.
fart in mine a few times.
It still smelled of it. And so it's in a
Why
plastic.
are you sniffing my seat, sicko?
It didn't even have to get down there, bro. It is sitting up there. It also had a brown stain on it. I don't know what that was from, dude. So,
Mini Mart burritos.
one for me. All right. So lawabidingbiker.com/whatever episode number this is. But again, it is an awesome cushion. We really like this company. They're made in the USA, down to earth bikers, just trying to, work out a
small family company, kind of like us.
Yeah. They ride and found a pain point, and we tested them thoroughly, a pain point in my ass. And we thoroughly tested them during Sturgis. The guys did, and we liked them. And so we did bring them to our store. The video's got all the details, so I encourage you to go watch that video. Now, we love our sponsors up front. Of course, our regular sponsors, but these folks are also sponsors of our podcast episodes. These are some of our newest patrons.
And a couple of local guys, or close to us anyways. We've got Rob Moore of Chehalis, Washington, James Devine of Selden, New York, and Don Albright of Mossy Rock, Washington. So Don and Rob, you guys are right next door to each other.
Yeah, buddy. Washingtonians, Matthew Kuderick of Tooele, Utah. David Ritter of Methuen, Massachusetts, and Jacob Savard, I believe, of Cincinnati, Ohio, finishing it off.
Darren Cook of Enumclaw, Washington. Sammy Smith at Rio Rancho, New Mexico, and he is top tier. And Andrew Powell of Eagle Grove, Iowa, also top tier.
lawabidingbiker.com/Patreon, Patreon. Pledge a certain amount per piece of content, no risk to you because you can put a monthly cap. There are benefits such as t-shirts and stickers. You can get in a private Facebook group. It is a forum all in itself. It's a troll-free zone. You can get access to live video broadcasts and chat just like this one. You get access to episodes early like this. This won't go out probably for months to the regular listeners, and top tier access to our premium videos up on request. And we keep growing a awesome patron community, and had our awesome Sturgis patron member only meetup and ride. Yes, briefly, I'm going to announce it. I am just deep. For all you patron members, by the time balls deep, I will say, by the time this episode comes out to the public, hopefully the documentary will be out.
I bet you most likely.
But for all you patron members up front, the last week and a half, I finally dove into the Sturgis documentary edit.
You must have a metric shit ton of stuff to go through between all the GoPros and cameras. Corey had his big bad camera there as well as yours, and there was 3-4 of us running GoPros.
Yes.
Good Lord.
And you had the Sony's, the other. And
little handheld.
It's insane. Biggest, and I say that every time. If you look back at podcast episode, this is the biggest one I've ever done. This is the biggest one.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be the best.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be the best documentary there's ever been. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows.
It's going to get an ass load of views. But I have dove in deep on it, guys. And it's exhausting process. It's rewarding, but it's exhausting. And I just have to really devote myself all of December here, mostly to doing that. But just know, a lot of you in the patron group will end up showing up on that documentary, I'm sure, in some form or fashion, because part of it will be the patron member meetup and ride. I don't know when it's going to be out. Up to this year, every time I've been good about getting them out before Christmas, but this is so exhausting creatively for me. I really want to make it great because it's Sturgis. And I was looking online on YouTube and stuff, and there's just not any good Sturgis documentaries.
Not really.
They're all old. It's kind of hasn't been done like some people.
What there is short too. It's nothing compared to what you have. It's some GoPro video clapped together. That's not 16 minutes. Yeah. As far as
some music with some shots or something.
Real documentary. Right. Yeah. There hasn't been anything that's good in a while.
No, it's old.
Yeah.
And I was surprised some of it's in 720p. I'm like, I'm surprised nobody has.
No.
Yeah. I'm seriously, dude. I'm surprised that, there's a huge gap. With those, and it's just like it was hot for a while and then it wasn't, and ours especially, we went on a COVID year, and I'm not getting political in the film at all, but it brings up some interesting points, and about attendance numbers were really close to the same and stuff like that. But anyways, so I'm hoping to make it great, and I just take personal pride in these things, and each one I think hopefully gets better over time. But if you look back at some of my first ones, I think I've come a long ways in the years. So anyways, I hope some people are excited about that.
They should be. I mean, even the first one that you did that was truly a documentary where you were voicing over some of the writing and talking about your feelings and what you felt and saw at the time. That first one was good. So they're just getting better. I'm really looking forward to this one, especially with all the extra footage.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of extra footage. And if you guys want to know real quick, and we'll get into our main topic, if you want to know what it's like to edit a full documentary like that, I'm 30 hours in and I have 6 minutes of video on the timeline.
Holy crap.
So it's
well, someday maybe we can have a film crew and we just ride and have a good time, and somebody else can edit it.
I would need an editor, a filmer. That would be great, dude.
Hey, someday.
That would be great.
Dream big, buddy.
Yeah,
dream big.
I do dream big. Hey, I had extra cameramen this year.
Yeah.
So we're working. Corey had a cam. You had a cam.
Brian had one. Didn't Goat have one too? A GoPro?
He may have taken a GoPro. I don't know, but he hasn't sent it to me. But I'm talking about actual cameras.
Okay.
Not a Go. And Russell Roberts sent me.
Yeah.
He put one on Anthony Peters' bike. He had GoPros on there, and Russell Roberts also was running GoPros, and he drop boxed me all the links, and so you'll probably see a few shots of Russell Roberts' GoPro stuff mixed in there. So thank you, Russell Roberts. He's done that the last several years for me. It just gives me more to choose from. And so on top of it, we've got Russell's footage. So anyways, enough said about that. We're going to get right into our main topic here. So let's just start going through this. The gear we tested, Lurch, and I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to start, and then you can go, and then I'll go, and then you go. How you want to?
Whatever. You just.
Or do you want me to do all mine, and then you do all yours, or what?
Maybe bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
We'll see how that feels.
All right, that's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, dude. One for me. The Revit Worker Overshirt. Now, I've already done a video on this, guys. It is out on YouTube. And let's see here. I am going to put this.
As you're looking that up, I was pretty impressed with your Revit stuff. So I went on and tried to get a Revit riding shirt. They don't make them for big boys, or at least what I've learned with some of this stuff that's European cut, like Revit, or even with some of the shoes that I've rode with. If they're European, they're a little small. They're a little small. So I did order myself a Revit shirt to ride before Sturgis, and when I got it, I tried it on, and to say it was a schmedium was understated. It was way too small. I had to send it back, unfortunately.
I remember you saying that too.
Good quality stuff, though.
And it's good quality stuff. I put a link in the chat there, guys, if you want to see what I'm talking about. But anyways, I did a review on this, and it's the Revit Worker Overshirt. We're not going to get super in detail because you can watch my video on this piece of gear. If you just go to the website, type in Worker Overshirt, or go to the YouTube channel and do the same. But I'll hit some highlights about it. It does come in black, or what do they call it? Sand. Let's see if they're in stock. When we put stuff out,
we sell them out,
dude. We sell Revzilla out. Their affiliate people are email me. You probably see some of the emails. They're like, and I have to get on them.
Yeah,
because I told them, and that's what happened.
You're getting emails from the big dogs.
Yeah. And the Reax Fulton shoes that I did a video on, which we'll talk about. Mm-hmm. I asked them ahead of time. I'm like, listen, when I pick the gear, this is a little bit behind the scenes. I hope you guys find this interesting. So when I picked the gear from Revzilla, I said, send me this. I looked for products that were not out of stock because we've run into this issue.
Yes.
I don't like to put out a video because people get mad, and I'm sorry, but I don't like to put out a video that's, out of like 4 different sizes. I like to pick stuff that I'm like, are you guys going to have this? So I talk to and it's not their fault. I think they're realizing that.
And right now with COVID going on, there's suppliers are having times, or distributors are having hard times getting supplies. And so it's a little bit sketchy right now, but yeah, we definitely try to make sure that we get videos out on newer products that we think are going to last for a while. But it seems like with COVID right now, it's harder to get your hands on some of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely less stock.
Right.
But I had asked him, and I said, listen, we move this stuff, and I hate it when my audience can't get it, because then they email us. Sometimes people think like we have something to do with the stock of it. Seriously. And that's they just don't understand the system. Right. And so that email's like, dude, I'm trying to order your Revit jacket and it's out of stock. I'm like, I have nothing to do with it.
It's not mine, dude. I just reviewed it.
If it's my store, if it's stuff we sell in our store, I just reviewed it, and this is an affiliate link. But anyways, point being said, we did the Reax Fultons, and they were all in stock. And within 3 days, we blew those shoes out. You can hardly get them in any size anymore. So I emailed Revzilla people. I'm like, okay, we blew those shoes out. When are you getting those back in stock? Because my audience is asking. They're like, not till late January. I'm like, so that is what it is. We just email people and say, hey, I really apologize. I mean, I'm happy that we do that, but I get like this, because they might see the video a week later, like, seriously, those aren't even stock. No, I'm telling you, they were in stock. I swear to God. And they're out of stock. So anyways, the Revit Worker overshirt. Let's go. So it's kind of more like maybe like a Dickies style
Carhartt, Dickies.
Canvas, Carhartt. Yeah. If you guys take a look at it, and again, I'll put it in the show notes for the listening audience later, but it is a European cut. Magnetic. I like the magnetic pockets. So those 2 little hand pockets are magnets. So you can stuff stuff in and out. And when you pull it out, they just snap. I did like that. It is very, and I say this in my video, it's very European cut. So the first thing you're going to notice is that when you're up in the handlebars, American stuff is really loose and you don't really feel a pull. With this, even if it fits right,
tighten the shoulders.
You're going to fit. Yeah. If you get the right size, I rode 3,200 miles in it and it didn't cause any problems. It's just something you have to be aware of. But when it's fitted on you, it looks nice. It's a fitted piece of gear. And my wife said when I walked in one day, that looks really nice. And she, you know what I mean? Because she sees a lot of baggy stuff. She's like, that fits your body really well. So
like you said, the American stuff is usually a lot looser, a lot baggier. And so to have something like that, it probably got her a little excited to see you in this little fitted shirt, huh?
Because whenever she buys me clothes, she gets me stuff that fits me well. So she knows that. But it just gives you a little style, right? And you can't tell it's a motorcycle jacket for the most part. So you can wear this around. And but you will notice that if you're really big and really yoked out like Lurch is, if you're just in the gym 24 hours a day and just 6-pack abs, it might not be a good jacket for you, because
I went up one size higher than I normally wear, and it's still too small. I would have needed 2 sizes bigger.
Okay,
and they were out of stock in that size. So something to think about if you don't have the opportunity to try them on. And the cool thing about Revzilla is I was able to send it right back and said it didn't fit.
Don't take the tags off it. Don't wear it riding.
I put it on. I put it back in the original box and shipped it right back, and they gave me a full refund on it. But on some of this Revit stuff, just be aware that you might want to order a couple sizes. I don't know what your experience was.
I ordered exact size I needed.
Did you?
I'm a regular build guy, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a little tight. That's what I want to say. No matter what size you get.
If you're a guy that's in the extra large to double extra large, you're going to find that they're really tight. Because I normally wear an extra large, and I ordered a double, and that thing was super tight on my body. And it was so tight in the shoulders that I couldn't even really move. I was afraid I was going to blow the back out on it. So, yeah, if you're an extra large or a larger guy, go a couple sizes bigger. And the great thing, again, about Revzilla is if it doesn't fit, you can send it back. I just didn't have time, and I think they might have even been out of stock on the one I needed. So I went with something different for the trip.
There you go. So just some things to be aware of. It's 11-ounce Cordura canvas, C-Smart CE Level 1 protection. It's got a pocket for the C-Soft back protector, which I did get with it. I had Revzilla send it. I strongly suggest, and I rolled with the back protector the entire time.
I ordered one for the one I sent back, but it was comfortable, and I didn't really feel it back there. It's not so big and thick and gnarly that it's uncomfortable, I would suggest getting it.
I use the same one in my Revit coat. You can switch them back and forth too. They're all the same.
You've got a good chance of sliding on your back if you crash. So I would highly suggest that extra back protection.
I agree. And finishing up, I will tell you guys, this is I wouldn't really say it's a 4-season coat at all.
3?
2 to 3? 2 to 3. 2 to 3 season. It's not a huge, thick jacket, but I will tell you that I rode it in down to 50 degrees on Beartooth Pass, all the way up to 100 degrees. Okay. Now, yes, it was fine as long as you're moving. Like a lot of coats.
Spring to fall.
Yeah. I did ride it in the 100-degree weather. But when you stop and you're going to for a while somewhere, you're going to want it. But that's any jacket, right?
Sure.
It's 100 frickin' degrees.
You're going to want to take it off.
But as soon as I was moving, I just kept it unzipped a little ways, and it got good airflow. And it's got some, I believe on the back, it's got a little airflow panels. So you get some airflow through it. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I liked it a lot. But just be aware, I guess the one thing, and that we got to move on because we got a lot of stuff to go through, is just be aware it is a European cut. And even if you get it your size, it's going to be a little bit tighter in the shoulders, but it's nothing that I couldn't ride clearly with. It was nothing. It's just, you're just going to feel a little bit. You're like, oh, this definitely fits tighter than a loose, baggy jacket. Yes.
Question.
Trying to monitor the chat.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, the Revit versus the speed and strength that we recommended in the past. Do you really have a choice? Do you have a choice? If you had a choice, what would be your recommendation between the two? Or are they too different to compare?
The Revit or the Rust and Redemption, I think is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they discontinued that shirt.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know because they're two different styles.
It's a little looser.
One's a flannel look,
mm-hmm.
and I can't say. I can't say for sure. I like both of them. I know that's a cop out, but if they were similar jackets, but they're kind of different.
They're just different.
One's a flannel. Let me tell you this. If I was going to just run and go and take a short day ride, I might just throw because it's looser. But, if I'm going to ride cross country, I kind of like that canvas and protection a little bit more. So I think I might lean towards the Revit, this one, the worker overshirt. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of idea. There you go. So moving on, because we got a lot of stuff. We're bumping back to you now. You go.
I was finally getting to the point where I was going to step up and be a little more progressive and get into the textile type jackets and pants. I didn't want to spend a shit ton of money because I wanted to make sure that I was happy with it before I moved into the textiles and dropped $500-$600 on a Climb jacket or a Revit jacket.
Mm-hmm. This is out of stock, by the way. They discontinued this jacket.
This one is? Oh my goodness! But they have different. Olympia's still around. They just have different kinds.
This was the Durham jacket.
In fact, I wanted a different jacket at the time than the Durham jacket, and they were out of stock on that one as well. I can't remember the name of that one, but moved to the Durham. The Durham is a 3-season jacket because it doesn't have the venting that the one I wanted has to wear during the summer. So it's definitely it's a heavy jacket. It's got a liner and all kinds of stuff. It's not as, it's a little more bigger and bulky than the Revit, but it was comfortable, and I was surprised at how much more comfortable and warm it was than leather. Because I've been rolling with nothing against leather. I mean, there's guys leather jackets and
leather underwear, leather G-strings.
What's wrong with that?
Leather nipple strings.
But so you can get into Olympia jackets for a couple $100, $250. Whereas you get into the Revit and Climb, you could be $4 or $5 plus. And me personally, I'm a pretty warm-blooded guy. I don't need to wear that much all the time, and I'm not comfortable wearing a big heavy jacket during the summer. I know guys do for protection, and I'm just not one that does. So I went with that couple $100 Olympia jacket. It is water proof, and it's got a liner that you can wear, but it's the type of liner that has it's a permanent. It doesn't zip out. It's one that doesn't let as much air through, so it's a pretty warm jacket. It's not one you're going to want to wear during the summer. But so far, I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, especially for me, and I guess it just depends on how much you wear your jacket. There's guys that wear their jackets nonstop because they want all the protection. For me,
I pretty much do.
You do. I
like this jacket that I just talked about. That's what allows me to wear a jacket,
Yeah, I switched to a riding. I'm looking at riding shirts. I want a riding shirt that lets a little bit more air through.
There's one of these worker overshirts that's a riding shirt instead of a jacket. Revit makes it. I just haven't reviewed it, but just for the audience, so you know. You want to go a little bit lighter?
Yeah, there was one that I looked at, and I think that was even the one, Air something. There was one that I looked at that was Revit, and I tried it on. It was way too damn tight, so I sent it back. But as far as a jacket, it's not the quality of a Climb or a Revit, but the price point's pretty good. And if you're a guy that's just going to wear it because it's so damn cold out that you want to stay warm, it's good enough. And
the one I'm seeing close to it now that's actually not discontinued is like Olympia Newport.
That's a little bit lighter.
Than bit lighter, but that's in the price. I'm just looking for price range. Everything else from there kind of goes up, doesn't it? Olympia Dallas jacket. We're not going to review Dallas jacket. We've had good luck with Olympia gear over the years. I did their Olympia rain gear, which I still carry in my saddlebag always. So in case I forget or I just run real quick and it ends up raining, I can put my Olympia rain gear on.
It's decent. It's just not, it lacks some of the,
it's more of a budget friendly, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a Cordura and the CE protection is not quite as high, but you've got some protection with the Cordura. You got some protection with the CE that's in it. It's just not as versatile either because it's the type of material that's made out is not quite as breathable. But for a guy that just wears a jacket when it's really cold out and, really for me, I just wear it during the winter for the most part. It was good.
Good.
It's a budget friendly, decent jacket.
All right. Good. Thank you. And there's some other Olympia stuff. You can get close to it. Like I said, I just rattled a few off there. So next I'm going to talk about, and I already did a video on this too. It's out on the YouTube channel. So if you want to get more specific than here, but sometimes I add things in podcasts that I don't do on the video and vice versa. So these are and I talked about these are the Reax Fulton waterproof riding shoes. And we are sold out of, look at that.
Oh.
As of 2 days ago, they still had some sizes. We have sold Revzilla out completely.
I've noticed that with a lot of riding shoes this year. Again, I go back to COVID.
No, these were all in stock before our video.
Oh, you blew them out.
We blew these out. I'm not kidding. That. I've been in contact with the Revzilla people. No, that is because we blew these shoes out. As of right now, they are every single model out of stock because they were all in stock before my video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did find it hard to find sizing. And I'm a larger size. I'm a 13 and a half. But when I was shopping earlier this year, I found it kind of hard. And I think some of that is production.
Yes.
COVID issues.
And you're right. But that's why before I picked any of my gear, I checked with them and I said, I want stuff in stock. But you're right. Especially for your size. It can be a little more difficult for sure. We get emails from guys on that, I like your shoe review video, but they don't make 16 and a half. I'm like, I apologize. They're Bigfoot.
Sorry, Shaq.
No doubt, dude. All right, back to the issue. So I'm sorry. They do plan. I have talked to Revzilla.
I've seen your emails. They're bringing them back in stock.
They are. They did not expect that was going to happen, I don't think. So anyways, they come in a couple. Let's see if they're in 10.5 and 11 and a half are in 14. Stock. And 14 if you want
the Air Jordan colors.
The Air Jordan colors. There you go. So there's a few of those ones left. I did the subdued black model, but so on these shoes, these are a decent price at $149 compared to some of the others I've done. Mm-hmm. They're more of a budget, but yet I think it's a good value for your money because of what they are. Reax I don't quite understand, but I think it's more of a brand that Revzilla brought on. They're partnering with another company, but it's kind of, I don't want to say that for sure, but I think it's more of a Revzilla brand, so to speak. But anyways, I like these shoes. They're more of I like these riding shoes because you could literally jump off the bike with these bad boys, and that's what I like. They're both functional on the bike and off the bike. I'm not a big fan of big clunky leather boots. If you are, rock them if you like the buckles and all that, but they're hot, they're clunky. Just because they're boots doesn't mean they offer some high level of protection like the Harley boots. They're just leather boots, okay? So don't get confused about how much protection just because it's a boot. But I will tell you that riding with them and especially walking around Sturgis, it's just me. And I like, the riding jeans. Same reason I do the riding jeans is I like the look of them. I like that I can jump off the bike and walk around an event and I know rather than regular street jeans, I'm getting a high level of protection while I'm on the bike, yet still, stylish off the bike. So you could walk around with that Revit jacket, the jeans, and you look pretty stylish. And
you have much more protection in riding jeans and these riding shoes than you do in leather chaps and some leather slip-on Harley boots.
Correct.
My first pair of boots, they were basically a cowboy boot with,
right.
like you said, they had a little buckle on them. They had no protection whatsoever. They didn't have any ankle protection or any.
But you're thinking it's a boot. It's got to be great.
It's got to be. It probably would have blown right off my foot if I wrecked. And yeah, these riding shoes actually have a lot more protection than you realize.
Yes, and Lurch did a pair of shoes too, which we're going to talk about, which was interesting too. So these are pretty. They've got the shifter pads on both, so they stay symmetrical. The look, because obviously you only shift on one side. I do like that they have the pull loops on the back for getting them on. That was really nice, and they don't all add that. And then the back, they have a little pad, a little soft pad for your Achilles. I really like that. So there's no rubbing at all on the back. There's a nice little soft pad back there. They've got a little pop of reflectiveness in the back. Mm-hmm. Again, they're all leather, so they're a stiffer on us. I always do a scale of 1 to 10 on motorcycle shoes that I test, and then I do a break-in. I give them time to break in.
You got
so
it.
These are stiffer than some because they are the full leather. And then I would say once they broke in, they only took a few days at Sturgis and walking around. Within a couple of days, they were broke in. And I want to say on a scale, these are down near a 6.5. And that's where they're going to stay. They did really well. They've got an insole. The only one thing I noted, I'm torn on that. Laces look cool. Laces can get caught in your controls, but these at least have a webbing down them. And the webbing keeps the laces tucked down in pretty good. I would double knot them if you're going to use them, just so they don't flap around too much. The only defect I really had on them after our Sturgis trip, because on my video, I actually found it on my video. You'll see, I'm like, I didn't realize that had happened. I pulled the insole out because they're removable insoles, and the fabric on top on the toe had separated a little bit, but I didn't feel it and I didn't notice it. So is it really a problem? I don't know, but we're full disclosure here. After a Sturgis trip, I did find that separated just a little bit. Really good grip on the bottom of them. They've got a really neat little pattern, no slippage, good grip on the floorboards. When you're riding around and stuff like that, when you put your feet down, it stops. I didn't have any problems there. So a good stylish boot. Go take a look at them. I did a video, probably give a few more details in that, and you'll actually get a visual of them. And I meant to do this before. In the chat, I just put a link to those. I should have put that before so you guys could take a look at them, but at least I named them so that you can look those up. Do you have any questions about those, Lurch?
I do not.
Okay.
Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that.
Very good. You never know, dude. You never know. All right, let's do this.
Am I doing it or are you doing it?
Hey, bikeaholics. Searching for new and exciting motorcycle products? Zero 3D has the products you dream about for your bike. Check out their wide variety of innovative products for Harley-Davidson and Honda Goldwing motorcycles. Zero 3D's got your back with chrome and black parts, lighting, and other comfort products. No modifying, cutting, grinding, or welding for an easy installation that equals less time installing, more time riding. Zero 3D has a design team of riders with over 40 years experience. With a passion for design and innovation, Zero Gold Strike are the motorcycle LED lighting innovators for CAN bus plug-and-play system compatibility. They pride themselves on great customer service. Got a question? Get in touch with them. Email sales@zero3d.com. Give them a call, 715-808-0027. Check at your local Harley or Honda dealership and ask for Zero or Gold Strike parts. A new leader has emerged, so check out Zero 3D's custom line of Gold Strike products for the all-new Honda Goldwing. Better yet, help support us and head over to the Law-Abiding Biker store and check out our full line of Zero 3D products. And we got to see our beloved Zero sponsors at Sturgis, and a lot of you in the chat. Anthony, Russell, I know there's others because I only see so many names there. We're at the booth too, and I got to hang out with us and at our public meet and greet. So we thank you all for that. Moving right along. That's interesting. Good. Because I did the 50 Climb K51 jeans and you did the I did the K52s. You did the K51s.
The only difference is cut.
The cut.
And for me, I'm not a slim cut, narrow boot or narrow cuff kind of guy. I like a straight pants, and I even like a boot cut. So
they're loose.
Yeah, the ones are loose fit and they're boot cut. So I prefer that. And I was pretty impressed with the Climb jeans. They were comfortable. This is my first for you've got several different ones you've tried, so you might be able to give a little bit more idea of what you think how they compare to some of the others. But I'll tell you this. For me, being my first riding jean, I was really worried about how hot they were going to be because they are thicker. They do have CE protection in them, and I have to be honest. But in particular in the knees, it was a little bit clunky. I didn't quite like the way they felt, and I took all the pads out of mine. I rode mine without the pads in them.
I just want to tell the crew that's listening, I did make Lurch put his pads back in his knees when I needed him to, but other than that, so you knew that was coming, dude.
I looked at the padding and I thought, okay, it's gonna if my hard knee bone or hip bone or tailbone hits a pavement, it's going to give me some cushion. But really what I'm looking for is the Kevlar and all the cordura and whatnot. If I go down and slide, I don't want to be losing skin on this deal. So ideally you should leave all the padding in, but for me, I took it out. Now with these jeans, they have a webbed lining in them. They got some pockets in them that you can put the CE in, the crash protection pads, and you can adjust them. They're Velcro. You can put them where you want them. But that, when I was walking around in them, that was a little uncomfortable on my skin. And one of the things I decided to do this year when I rode out to Sturgis was to wear a set of Cool Max long johns, tights for a better word, for lack of a better word. Because last year when we rode out, I was rooming with Squid, and he had these tight compression pants on, and I go, man, dude, aren't you getting hot with that stuff under your jeans? He goes, no, man, it actually is cooler.
Correct. I just had a podcast on that.
I'm like, what do you mean? How do you mean? He goes, well, it's tight up against your skin. It pulls the sweat away from your skin. It gets damp. The wind cuts through, gets onto that. And he goes, oh, it's weird. It's weird, but it's actually cooler. And so I rode with some Cool Max gear underneath and those jeans over the top, and I was not hot at all. They were really comfortable. I was impressed with them. But that was my only experience, was just with those one jeans. It was my first set of riding jeans. So I think you're going to be able to maybe comparing them to some other brands and maybe put them in maybe a ranking, if you will, which I can't. That's the only ones I've worn. But really impressed with the jeans, the fit and finish. The sizing was right on, comfortable. Just keep in mind, it's not a pair of regular jeans. You've got on stuff that's got cordura, it's got Kevlar, it's got pads in it. So they're a lot more comfortable than maybe your just regular riding pants, but they're not as comfortable as a pair of jeans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's good. I like to hear from other people, especially from Lurch, who it's his first time, and maybe answered some of the questions you all have out there in the audience about riding jeans. Now, the K51s, again, the only difference between the Climb K51 and the K52 are the cut. To sum that up, Lurch's are a loose, baggier fit. The K52 jeans are a Levi 501. So if you like Levi 501s, they're a straight leg, straight cut. They're not tapered at all. They're still...
The K51s are more of a boot cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So that looser, baggier boot cut fit. Yep. These are a Levi 501 fit. And he touched, so colors, black, stealth blue, dark blue. I have a video out on the Climb K52 jeans N1. I did a review on both because the only difference is the cut, and I mentioned that. Mm-hmm. So that video's out. Search the channel, all that kind of stuff, guys. And let's look here. These are starting to go out of stock too, here and there. So yeah, different colors have different in stocks, but you're looking at black, stealth blue, and dark blue for the K52s. And if we run over here to the K51s, they have one additional color, which is a light blue. So they've got the one additional color. But I will tell you, Lurch mentioned just a little bit about the protection of these jeans. I'm going to talk about that because he kind of summed up, as far as how they are. Now, they do come with removable hip armor and removable D30 armor, Evo armor, hip and knee. I will tell you, and I mentioned it in my video, I left the hip armor and I took the knee out. Now, here's what I would say. If you're just going to ride a lot and you're mainly focused on riding and you're not going to walk around an event like on a normal trip, I don't mind the knee armor. But because we were in a situation where we were going to do a lot of walking around, full disclosure, I removed the knee armor and I didn't run it the entire trip because I knew I had walked with it. I'm like, that's not going to last all day.
Feels a little funky.
Yeah, it just rubs. Would it hurt you? Probably not, but it feels funky when you're going to walk a lot. So if you're going to walk a lot, pop it out. Or, you could get to an event and I just don't have time for that. You could
drop your trowel.
You could just unzip them, reach down.
It comes in and out easy.
Yeah. So it's an option. It also comes, I like these, it comes with, what do they call it? A Poron XRDA tailbone pad. It's a little soft, almost like a memory foam pad, is how I describe it in my video. I like that feature. YKK zipper, super high quality. They're a 5-pocket jean, of course, with the 2 front, 2 back coin pocket. Very traditional looking jean. I like them because when a lot of companies, which is fine, you may want that look, but I like these because you can't tell they're motorcycle riding jeans, but they're offering all this protection. They don't have they've learned how to stitch them inside. And so there's no stitching on the outside of the jeans that would reveal that there's actual panels in there. Some other jeans I've tested have that, but it's fine because you may want people to know it's a motorcycle riding jean. So there's 2 schools of thought on that. These are very subdued to look like a regular jean, yet they have those panels inside. They do have Kevlar panels. They're not all the way down like my rocker jeans, but then you're bumping price way up. But they have most very good coverage in all the knees, the back, the butt, down the legs. They just don't go all the way down to the cuff, if I remember right. Yeah.
No, they're not below the knee.
Right, not below the knee. So if you move up something to like the rockers, ROKKER that I've tested now, those are panels from rooter to tutor, all the way down the legs and all that. But again, price goes up and
about 150, $200.
Oh, yeah. More than that. Let's look up some rocker originals here.
I want to say they're a couple $100 more.
Oh, a couple $100 more. Yeah. I thought you meant just overall original. So you're looking at $379 for rocker originals.
About 100.
Yeah. About 100. And they used to be like 500.
Yeah.
Everybody's making these now, and it brought the market down.
Good. Yeah. Good.
Some competition.
And for me, again, I'm a big boy, so I had to find some big boy sizes. Somebody that's a little bit more of an average size might be able to find a little bit more option online. I part of the way I want a good reason. The reason I landed on Climb was a lot had to do with the size and the availability.
Right. Yep. And Climb is just a lot of my adventure gear is Climb. It's just badass, high quality gear, but they don't give it away. These are actually pretty reasonable for what they are. Now, when you move up to something like the Rocker Originals or the Rocker Red Selvage, the denim's thicker too. They're just a thicker, more protective riding jean, but these offer a high level of protection for the price point they are. And other than that, I really liked them. Now, remember on riding jeans, guys, you're not sizing for length, you're sizing for waist only. The reason is all riding jeans only come in several different lengths, and the bigger the waist size, the longer they are. For most guys, they're going to be too long, and so I have to take mine in and hem them all. So you don't get every size option. You buy for the waist, and look at the waist size. You can use the sizing charts, and you buy long. You take them to your seamstress. You get them hemmed up, or you can just roll them up. If you like that look, if you like the rolled up jeans look, but
or if you're a big boy like me, you don't have to worry about it.
They just fit, right?
They just fit.
If you're really tall, and they have tall sizes too.
Yeah.
They start getting longer, right?
I may have ordered a tall. I can't remember.
Yeah, they've got the tall sizes.
I'll look it up while we're talking.
32 tall, 34 tall, 30. Yeah. So anyways.
I did. I went tall.
Okay. That's just a little tip or trick for you on these jeans, guys. So don't get caught up on the length. You're probably a lot of people, unless you're, the tall guys are going to have to hem these bad boys up. And somebody asked in the chat, who was it? So basically, Jerry Weir is in here. So basically in the areas of concern. So on the Climb, good question. Do I have any concerns about them? No. I rode these. I haven't had anything that would lead me to believe that they aren't high
What he's saying, he had two questions. The first one is, where are the Kevlar panels?
We answered that.
Which we answered. So he was saying, so basically in the areas of concern.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. With that said, I'll even do it a little bit because we're going to talk about some other jeans I reviewed here, which I've done the video, but they're not in stock, so I'm waiting to release it. But I did it. And that is, I will go down here. That's the Reax 215 jeans. And again, I'm waiting for Revzilla to get them back in stock before that video ever releases because they're pretty sold out. That jean has panels in even less. That's just really a jean, but it's a budget jean. And it is really just the key areas, like minimal key areas, but just around the hips. Like they don't really go around the hips all the way. Like the React or the Climb jeans go, they wrap around the hips more. If you watch the videos that I did on the Climb, you'll kind of see. So there's different levels. There's full panels, there's panels that are key areas and a little bit more. And then there's just like the bare minimum, like the Reax 215. As you do that, the price goes down. So if you want an entry level, good quality jean, the Reax is it. And I'm sorry, it's fairly out of stock right now, but hopefully by the time I release my video. So thank you, Jerry, in the live private patron member only chat here. Appreciate those questions. So that's pretty much it. I don't have any concerns about the Climbs. They treated me well. Awesome jean. I got the black ones if you guys are wondering. And that's just the color I wanted to go with. So anything else on those jeans, Lurch, before we move on to the next product?
No.
Okay. We're just ripping, but we got to. All right, let me go down here. Okay. Another thing I want to mention, and then I'm going to let you talk about your Hypercool.
Okay.
I am going to review these shoes. Now, you guys, let me grab this link. I am really liking these shoes, and I am going to do a review. I'm getting you guys a link if you wonder why I'm talking and slow.
As you're trying to find something.
Yes, I'm trying to find.
I don't even know.
Something.
Have you started wearing them and testing them yet?
A little bit.
Okay, because I don't think I've seen those yet.
No, and that's why I haven't reviewed them, because I like to actually, as much as I can, guys, I like to actually really test stuff. As you saw with like the Reax Fulton shoes, I have one issue. They separated and I just like to reveal that stuff to people so you can make an educated decision, like, are these good? Are they going to last? And, is it something that I want to buy and spend my money on? I try to reveal everything. That's what I like about them sending me with no strings attached. And I mentioned that in my video. All right. So I put the link in there. These are the Hyperforma shoes. I will be testing these if you want to take a look at them. I really like these. Now they're a bit more expensive, a higher end shoe. But I kind of fell in love with the look of these, and I got these ones. I got the anthracite. There's the black ones too, but I really like the anthracite.
Yeah, good call.
And the reason I like these, number one, any riding shoe that I review most of the time is waterproof, because I just like the fact that I can ride through rain and not have to stop. These are waterproof too. So I kind of always default to, like, if I'm going to wear a riding shoe, I want it to be waterproof. Your leather boots are not,
Agreed.
FYI guys. So these have waterproof membranes, just like the Reax do and all that, but they bump up to $219. But I think they're a good looking shoe. The other thing I really like is I like side zipper entries, or like the other ones that I reviewed with a BOA lacing system. I like easy in, out. I don't want to.
You don't have time to do your laces?
No. The Reax.
You and I differ there. I can't stand zippers.
Is that right? Oh, I love them.
Horse shit. Just give me some regular old laces. I'm good with that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's, for me anyways, because with these types of shoes where you got a zipper down the side, I do like the BOA laces, because those you turn, it's almost like a binding.
Click, click, click. Yeah, it's like a snowboard boot.
So they
binding,
tighten down. My concern, and it may not be a legitimate concern, but when I look at these, I think, how tight, can I get them tight? Can I get them where I want them? You
can, because you still tie the laces.
Yeah,
you just don't have to undo them every time.
I guess. I don't know. The zipper thing seems like a gimmick to me, but I just never have tried them. So I'm curious what your thought is going to be after you give them a try for a while.
Well, some of my other shoes I've tested I haven't tested a zipper side yet, I guess. I've only tested the BOA.
I guess I'm not in so much of a hurry that I just can't do the laces.
Right. You know me, I am.
Yeah.
You see me.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
Time is money. Yeah. So, I do. And, so I am testing. That's a good point, and I appreciate you bringing that up, because everybody's got different taste. And if you're a side zipper entry boot or shoe kind of guy, then these might appeal to you more.
Your input may change my mind in the end because I've never tried them. That's just my thought process.
Right. Well, my work
not gonna
boots
be able to get them tight enough.
are side zipper.
I've got
For my work boots every day that I go on patrol with.
Really?
So I love side zipper. I zip right in them and they've never bothered me. So, it's interesting. I'll let you know though. One thing you have to make sure the zippers are good quality because those can fail over time. So those are some concerns I want to test with these. But they come in a couple different colors. They are good looking shoes. I've tried them on. They're comfortable. But again, I can't give my full review yet. Hopefully in the spring, I'll get to test them and ride them just a bit more. And even going into, January, February, depending on the weather and how much snow or lack of snow we have here, I'll be testing those and I will get a review out to you guys, but certainly if you're interested in them, I threw a link in the chat there and they'll be in the show notes if you guys are interested in those. So yeah, man, a lot of gear. You're going to talk about your hypercool vest right after you do this.
Are you searching for the sexiest and quickest? Did I say sexiest? I meant the easiest and quickest.
Sexiest
detachable
too.
luggage system for your motorcycle. Rick Rack has just what you're looking for.
Rick Rack.
Forget all those frustrating straps and bungee cords that can come loose and slap your paint. Check out one of Rick Rack's awesome quick attach strapless luggage systems. This father and son team designed something really special that you can't find anywhere else. Yep, these guys ride, so they truly understand the needs of bikers. The Rick Rack quick attach system is strong, durable, and secure with a lockable system. Also, check out their full line of quality touring bags to accompany your quick detach system. Once you go Rick Rack, you'll never go back.
Rick Rack.
What are you looking for, Bikeaholics? Head on over to Law Abiding Biker Store and check out our full line of Rick Rack systems and bags. lawabidingbiker.com/store.
There you go. The hyper cool vest. Lurch is going to talk mostly about this. Is that one we're on next? And then we got shoes and then we're going to wrap it up. So do I need to open this? You know pretty much about it. So
well, you can open it up. Just
I'll send him a link.
Some specific. Yeah, there you go.
Let me do this.
So the Hypercool vest is a cooling vest that you can wear, obviously, to cool you down. And it works by soaking it in cold water. If you can throw some ice in there, even better. But it absorbs that cold water, and then as the air flows through it evaporates, and it lowers your body temperature. A few years ago, we took a trip down to California, and a couple of times, Law Dog and Popeye pulled out these vests and soaked them in water and put them on. And I was wearing a Under Armour type shirt, and so I thought, hey, what the hell? So I poured some water on, put it on, and it cooled me down for about a half a second and dried out right away. The cool thing about these vests are they have a membrane in them that will hold the water a little bit longer, and it cools you down a little bit through that, almost like a swamp cooler, right? Mm-hmm. What I did learn is I bought this thing right before the trip, as usual. I mean, heaven forbid I actually prepare and try it out and test it before I go on a multi-state trip. But just you're talking about being busy. We're all busy, but I thought, of course, a few weeks before the trip, I better order that thing. I want to take it with me. And the first time we broke it out was at the Badlands. We were rolling into the Badlands, and after you go through the little...
Let's tell a story. Taking it back to Sturgis.
Going all the way back
to Sturgis.
This one fine morning, we woke up and we decided we're going to roll out to the Badlands. And it was hotter than two rats fucking in a wool sock.
It was Badlands at 107 effing degrees.
Yeah, 104 to 107. And after you go through the little guard shack coming out of Rapid City, getting towards Badlands, you go through the guard shack to show your pass and whatnot. There was a few other bikers that were pulled over by a little water fountain, I guess, if you will. And it was hotter than hell already. So I pulled this thing out of my bag and I threw it at Ryan. Go, hey, soak this thing. And you put it underneath the...
It's a water spigot in the random middle of nowhere in a fucking desert.
Yeah, there's other people putting water in their jugs. And my jug was full of water.
Tastes like shit, by the way. That water tastes like shit.
It doesn't surprise me.
But I'm sure it's good for
it. It's better than nothing,
It's better than nothing.
But my jug was full, had ice and water in it. But I thought about that Hyper-Cool vest. And so you ran underneath the water. It really didn't do shit. It kind of just ran right off the damn thing. So the next stop, after we went through Badlands, we found this cool little...
It was a lookout within about 15 minutes of where we to soak the vest, dude. I have it on video.
Oh, was it?
It was the first lookout. And so when I'm editing the video.
Whose story is this? Mine or yours?
No, it's mine now because you're fucking up the story.
This is my memory. This is why people's memories aren't great.
That's why I have video evidence of what actually happened.
Okay, so go ahead.
So so Lurch gets it all out. He's all hot Lurch soaks it, he's hot to trot on this bad boy, dude. And throws that baby on. It's like 100 at this time. It's like 103 degrees. And so he's rolling it, and I'm all like, oh yeah, he's thinking that's pretty cool. I didn't know this. I've used him before.
I never had.
I didn't realize I was filming. I wasn't paying that much attention. And Lurch gets to the first lookout at Badlands, and I'm like, and he's like taking it off. I walk over to his bike. He's rolling it up. I go, well, that lasted long. It's already just like bone dry and shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, so I think that's when I told you, I go, I think most of the guys need to soak that. Yeah. So tell them what you actually do.
And you're right. You're supposed to soak them. So what the other guys have done and what I did is I put it in a gallon Ziploc bag. The thing is, I didn't pre-soak it. We weren't in a mini mart or somewhere and grab some water.
Ice. That's what Popeye does. Bags of ice and water.
That's a great idea. And let it soak for a few minutes and soak in. We were just dicking around at that first little water stop and poured some water on it. And it felt like it was wet, but it really wasn't. And so it dried out super quick.
Didn't come with instructions for Lurch.
Well, it probably did. I threw them away. I'm sure. I thought, I'm sure there's a law-abiding biker video.
It's a vest you get wet. How hard can it be?
But after we did go through the Badlands, and this is what I was getting to there, was we found a gas station outside of the Badlands where we stopped and got some beverages, and I got some water and some ice, and I put it in the Ziploc and let it soak like you're supposed to. I would say let it soak for about 15 minutes, and then wring the excess water out of it. Don't be crazy. Don't get all the water out. Just get enough. Oddly enough, you're not going to get soaked. Your shirt that you're wearing underneath will not get soaked. It's mostly going to stay in the hypercool vest, but you'll want to soak it in some good cold water for about 15 minutes. Wring out the excess, put it on, take off. It will, when you first put it on, it'll make the nips hard.
Full mast?
Oh, yeah.
Full mast? Really?
I could cut glass.
Full mast.
Yes.
Nice, bro.
But, as you ride and the hot air runs through the vest, it evaporates. So the first 15 minutes, pretty good. First half hour, after about half hour, it's like, okay, now this thing's toast. So is it?
So your time on it was like a half hour?
About a half hour.
In 100 plus degree heat.
Yes. And it doesn't like make you
It's shivering. A half hour of freedom, a little bit of not the element so much, right?
Yeah. It's not going to make you shiver, but you can feel it. It takes the edge off. It makes it a little bit more comfortable. So if that keeps you on the saddle and riding, like the butt buffer, if it keeps your butt a little less sore, if this vest keeps you a little bit cooler, go for it. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room. You roll it up tight, put it in a Ziploc, and huck it in your saddlebag. I'm going to take it on summer trips. It's just a nice, especially if you've been riding for 4 or 5 hours and you're sweaty and you're cold. I mean, you're hot and you need to cool down. You put that bad boy on. It's a nice little break, and sometimes it's all that mental piece that you need, to keep fatigue. You going for a little bit longer.
Yeah, help with rider fatigue. I will tell you this, because I have Lurch on video doing this.
Yeah.
Is Lurch was riding with it on the exterior of his shirt. I will tell you that do what you want, but if you actually use these things, you can get more life out of them. I know this from experience. You're really supposed to wear them under like a jacket. So if you wore them under like the worker overshirt and you just zip it down, you get the airflow, but it doesn't dehydrate the vest as fast. You get more life out. Even if you wore our Soren Fee vest, leather vest, anything that blocks the wind from directly around it dries out. Okay. It lasts a lot longer.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but you use it either way. I'm not saying one way is right or wrong, but that's why it dried out in a half hour.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me in my mind to put another layer on top of that.
At 107 degrees, I would have probably rolled it like you did. If it's sub 100, you might think about putting a jacket over it or any of the riding shirts, even some of the riding shirts. It would just keep it from dehydrating it quite so fast. Just a little tip to think about, but I would have did what you did. At 107, I wanted to be naked. And even if I was naked, I still would have, I don't know that it would have helped. There's nothing you could do at 107 in the Badlands to stay cool. And I will tell you that at 107 in the Badlands, yes, I I actually removed my worker overshirt, and I did what I rarely did. I had a compression shirt on and to keep me from getting burned on my arms, and a t-shirt. And I rarely do that, but there's just some time I take the risk because there's just no piece of gear. I don't care what piece of gear it is that's going to be great in 107. And we were going slow in the Badlands.
25, 30 miles an hour at the most.
And we're stopping.
I rarely take my helmet off. I think I even took my helmet off, if I recall right, through part of that.
You took what off? Sorry.
My helmet.
Oh, yeah, right.
I wear a full face helmet these days.
You did? I do not. That's the one thing
I think I might have even taken that off. Yeah.
You did. You took it off a few times.
Yeah.
I have video of you riding to Black Hills without it.
Once, yeah. And then it felt weird, so I put it back on.
It's well documented. Well documented. Send it to his wife. She appreciates when I send her stuff.
I got lots of life insurance.
Bad decisions that Lurch is making. Okay. All right. Thanks for being in the chat, guys. You guys are having a great conversation in there. I'm just rolling through here. Oh, Russell says I couldn't find mine before the Sturgis trip. That sucks. I didn't take mine either. I keep meaning to take it. And I know where it's rolled up, and I forget it I used it 1 year, and then I keep freaking forgetting it. But if that's the only thing I forget, that's a pretty good trip considering what I have to pack.
You can live without it. There's no doubt about it. It just gives you that little bit of edge, like I said, a little bit of mental relief that keeps you on the saddle a little bit longer.
There you go. Okay, so finishing it up here, and this is, do we even know if these are in stock? Let me look.
You can take a look.
Let's take a looky here. These are stylish. I liked them. They look similar to the Reacts.
Yeah.
Different, but similar, okay? Because they're both black. So some sizes, 9, 9.8 in those colors.
Looks like black and gum is the color I got. They're a little bit out here and there.
Here and there.
Scroll down so you can actually see all the sizes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's more in size than there, or more in stock than there is out of stock.
Yep.
These are the Roland Sands Fresno shoes.
Fresno shoes. I'm going to get a link for you guys here in a second. I'll pop it in chat.
I don't know. They're not a high top, like a basketball shoe. They're not like a skater shoe. I don't know. They're just a average looking leather boot. I think that
leather riding shoe.
It's a shoe.
Very much like the Reacts, and as far as form factor.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
What these have is a reinforced. I don't even know what that piece is right there, but above your toes.
Yeah, it's your toe. It's your TPU. It's probably got TPU toe cup.
That toe area there. It doesn't have a extra layer, whereas the Reacts have that shifter pad. There's no pad here. It's just that material is a
you're talking about the material, not the toe cup. Okay,
yeah, I'm talking about the actual material there that's on your toes. It's kind of almost, it's grippy. It
looks like grip tape.
Kind of like grip tape. Yeah, it's definitely reinforced. It's kind of stiff. But so you're not going to wear your shoe when you're shifting, and they look the same both sides, so they're uniform. It just looks like a high top sneaker, but it's got the ankle support, it's got the heel support, the toe support. It's a very stiff shoe. When I first got it and put them on, I mean, I was like, this is almost like a 10 out of 10, how damn stiff these things are. And again, like I mentioned earlier,
10 out of 10 out of the box.
Pretty much.
Good to know.
They're 9 to 10. They're really, really stiff.
This is your first pair of riding shoes too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So keep that in mind as I say that they're real
right.
stiff.
That's what I wondered. Yeah. Which is fine. Yeah.
But again, in true fashion, I ordered them a couple weeks before we went to Sturgis. I think I might have worn them once when I came over here, and that was it. So I really did break them in Sturgis. They were a little uncomfortable when I first got them and broke them in, but after 2 or 3 days on the road, they broke in pretty nicely. Then they got to probably about 7.
Oh, they went down to a 7 break in.
7 to 8.
Okay. That's 7, a stiffer.
They're stiff. Mm-hmm. They're still stiff. But I walked around Sturgis with them and had no problem with them. The only issue I did have was, and I think I mentioned it a little bit earlier when we're just talking about European type stuff, I ordered a 13. I probably should have went with a 13 and a half. My toe just barely touches the end. It's enough to be annoying, but it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
But they are a little small. So in my opinion, I think they were a little bit small. I would go maybe a half size bigger in them. But a good looking shoe. They don't look like a riding boot or riding shoe, but they've got all the protections. They are waterproof. They've got nice ankle support. They do have some relief, like you said, for the Achilles.
Oh, they do have the pad back there.
If you go to,
there's no back pictures of them.
Well, go to that one side picture that you had. You can kind of see that one.
Oh,
right
yeah, I see it. Yep. right there.
And they do have a little, like a lightning bolt kind of design that is reflective on the back of them.
Nice. So, a little reflective pop for visibility.
Yeah, really, for my first riding shoe, pretty happy with them. And again, I'll have to admit that part of my decision to purchase was also based on size. When you get to 13 and bigger, you only have so much stuff available to you. So I didn't, with the Roland stuff, I didn't have a lot of experience with them, but for me, they had the function, they had the look, and they had the size.
And the pricing is reasonable.
And the pricing's
for what
good,
they are. They're in there with the Reax Fulton.
But they weren't that price when I bought them.
Oh,
down. Yeah, they were.
They were $200.
Yeah,
they've reduced the price to $139.
Yeah, they were closer to $200 when I bought them.
I think 38 4-star reviews.
I want to say $189 maybe when I bought them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. Some of the other things on these shoes: skateboard shoes, reborn, of course, with a motorcycle-oriented protection.
That's fair.
Fair description. Reinforced heel cup. I already said that. Ankle, and it's got a great toe box. That's what a lot of these riding shoes have. And your boots don't even, like your old Harley slip-on boots don't even have those kind of things. So reinforced shank, abrasion resistant shift pads, of course, CE approved cup sole. That's cool. A lot of your riding shoes too, like the Reax Fulton, if I didn't mention, they have pads over your ankle bones.
Yep.
Which is really important because when you go down, that you're going to slide on that because it protrudes and the damn ankle bone is going to get grinded down.
Between your ankle and the outside world.
That sounds horrible, grinding your ankle bone.
Just a little bit of skin,
yeah. So reflective pop and waxed laces. All right, so good. And it's funny that they don't say anything about them being waterproof.
It does right there. Hipora waterproof membrane.
Where at?
Right there.
Reinforced heel cup.
Down. Right.
Oh, there. Yeah. Okay, good.
I don't know what Hipora is. HIPORA must be the brand of the membrane or something.
But they are waterproof, so that's great. And
in fact, they came up because that was one of the search criteria I put in when I was on Revzilla. Was I wanted a waterproof shoe, so that was one of them that came up.
Yeah. Somebody asked in here, and I answered it in the chat. Rick Wheeler asked, if you buy from the links I'm putting in this chat group, do you get credit? Yes, I am throwing affiliate links. So if you click through any of the links in the live chat, or if you're a listener, a regular listener, public listener, it'll be in the show notes. Same thing. If you click through those, no additional cost to you, but we do get a very small commission. Certainly helps put a little fuel in the law-abiding biker gas tank so we can keep this thing heading on down the road. It's another way. And any follow-up on this stuff? All in all, I think the gear we tested, for the most part, we didn't have a lot of problems with. I mentioned the one on the Reax Fulton. I think 3,200 miles, 9 days, and all different types of temperatures and conditions is a fair test. That's why I always like, before we go to Sturgis, is to load up on gear, because what better way to test? Like, you're going to be walking around, you're going to be in hot weather, you're going to be in cold weather. It probably will rain at some point. You're going to be riding hard in it, long days, and it's kind of a all in all test for me. So we'll be doing this every year pretty much as we're going on our trips. We'll just have to figure out what gear we're going to get next year. The last video I have to come out that hasn't come out, I believe, is I've done videos on every single thing we talked about except the Reax 215 jeans. I've released all the other ones. So, and the Fulton, but I haven't done that video because not the Fulton, but the Forma Hyper shoes. That one, I haven't even produced that video because I haven't tested them enough, but the Reax hopefully will come out. And we threw links in there for all you guys. So it was awesome. Anything else before we wrap things up here, Lurch?
Well, you've been testing this more progressive gear for a while. Last few years, I've been one of the holdouts. I was the half helmet guy. I was a leather guy. I wore Danner boots, and just some jeans. But as I move into this more progressive gear, the more I like it. I do like the safety features of the riding jean. It is hard to spend $300+ on a pair of jeans.
I understand.
But they are going to last. You're not wearing them every day anyways. You're wearing them when you ride. If you're riding every day, good for you. Good on you. But they will last you a long time, and they will save your ass literally. And moving away from the leather, going to the more progressive, riding shirts and riding jackets, you can't go wrong. One of the things I learned in hunting, when you buy like Kuiu or Sitka gear, you spend some pretty good money on a jacket. You know, you spend the same kind of money, $150, $200 for a pair of pants, $350, $500 for a jacket, but it's perform. 10-year gear. They perform, and they're comfortable, they perform, and they hold up. So it is a significant investment, no doubt, but you're going to be more comfortable. You get better performance and better protection out of it. So I'm slowly working into that Progressive market. And I wouldn't be surprised in the near future if I step up again on a jacket or a pair of pants, get something a little more expensive, as I see that it is worth the investment.
Yep. Good job winding it down, dude. God, I don't know what to say on that bombshell.
Take it out.
We should just take it out. Now, we love our patron members. We love chatting with you guys. We want to get to know everybody better, but, hey, if for whatever reason you can't get signed up as a patron member and you just want to throw a flat donation, we never balk at a flat donation. Stephen Cooper of Bushy Park had a girlfriend. All right, Tasmania, Australia. Bernard Smook, not sure. Ted Theodore of Beaconsfield, Quebec, Canada.
You betcha.
You betcha. Sure, you betcha. All right. It's cold out. It's cold out. Did I say it right? It's cold out.
It's cool.
All right. We love our Canadians heavily involved with Law Abiding Biker Media. Our brothers to the north, our sisters to the north. lawabidingbiker.com/donate is how you click that link and you can leave a flat donation. And thank you so much. It helps put a little fuel in the Law Abiding Biker gas tank so we
can keep this baby rolling on down the road.
Yeah, guys, gals, thanks for tuning in. We've already done enough calls to action.
I believe so.
On this episode, but hey, this is just completely free, and a way that they can help us. And that is, if you can do us a favor, it only takes a second. Head over to iTunes, give us a rating, preferably a 5-star rating or a 10, but I don't think you can give a 10, but at least a 5. Anyways, give us a rating. Let us know what you think. It helps bump us up in the rankings so more bikers around the world can find us and join this thing we call
the biker revolution.
Yeah, buddy. There you go.
Man, I had the hashtag for so long, and tonight I've just brain farted it. Hashtag biker revolution.
There you go. Of course, we want it iTunes. Even if you don't listen on iTunes, you listen in our app. Of course, just head over to iTunes and do it because that's where you can rank us. Same with Stitcher Radio. We are in Spotify. Don't forget. We're in Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Amazon. I have us in every single place you could for the most part, possibly listen to podcasts. Of course, the easiest way is just to get our free app. To get any of this or more information, lawabidingbiker.com/app. You can find the app that works for you, whether it's our personal app, whether it's Google Podcasts, whether it's iTunes. It's all over there. And we need some more voicemails too. We like voicemails. lawabidingbiker.com/contact. You can leave us there. We have a phone number too. You remember what that is, Lurch?
No.
It's 509-731-3548. It's 509-731-3548. Or again, lawabidingbiker.com/contact. You can leave a voicemail right from your computer from anywhere in the world. Easy peasy. It's a service we use, and it'll get sent to us in an audio file. We can even reply to it. But we love going into 2021. We would love some more voicemail, even a thanks or a hey or shout out or whatever it is. We just like playing those things. They're fun to hear. We want to hear your voices. So, yeah, there you go. We're out of here.